To I actually haven't learned in katakana yet. That's on the to-do list. Oh, you gotta be quick to follow this stream. So ta in hiragana is like so. Well, no, ta isn't like so. Ta looks like that, whereas so looks like this. And that's not really that... Or worse, French-Canadian? That's too far. That's my best XQC impression. Get the juice, dude. I can't. It's not even good. I'm not myth, okay? I'm not mythological. I don't have the XQC impression like that. Speakers! Dog cam, cat cam, 6 consoles. You just spitting with that? That's true. Sometimes, you know, broken clocks and all that. I was trying to workshop some kind of meme. I'm just gonna be fully transparent with you, so that you can just look straight through me once you realize how bad the joke was gonna be. Something like a broken gawk is upright once a day. I don't know. There's something there. Now, just because there's something there doesn't mean it's something good, but there's some material, kind of, in more ways than one, given the context. Hopefully. This is what you watch me for, evidently. It's your own fault. And I will continue to enable your bad behavior by watching this live stream. The way I do that is by continuing to live stream. I didn't put my rings on, bro. Do we really need rings with this outfit? Probably. I look at my hands in the going live announcement and I'm like, wow, am I not even wearing clothes? Am I naked on stream? That's not okay. That's TOS, man. Turns out I'm wearing clothes, but my hands are naked. We're back. Pardon me, I see you. I understand you're up to no good, and I'm here to put a stop to it. Yeah. Figure your shit out. You're making me anxious. Literally. You're making me anxious with your attention-seeking behavior, you son of a bitch. Yeah, I'll step on you. Yeah, I'll pet you with my feet. Yeah, I'll give you a massage with my feet. Here's the attention you ordered, little man. He's so cute. But he's a bad, bad man. XQC 6 consoles official music video. And they say music is dead. They say the musical landscape of the modern day is not good. You're done. Your days are numbered, man. Do something else. Get out of here. Hey, mamma mia, I'm walking here. Hey, get the hell out of here. Hey, you don't want any. I'm not buying what you're selling. He keeps trying to open the drawers that contain my bedding and clothing. I'm allergic to him. He doesn't know this, but he does know that I don't want him to open those things, and he specifically tries to get my attention. Now, because cats are really stupid, they don't know what negative attention is. They just interpret all attention as attention, and that's what they're looking for. So it's a no-win situation. I'm a hostage in my own home because of this tiny little creature. Anyway, this is real music. I'm gonna say one thing, and some people might get offended about this in this woke world, but I like to tell the hard truths, okay? And if the woke mob is gonna try to cancel me for anything that I say, more power to them. You know, you caught me. I'm making hot takes, and they're correct, objectively speaking. Broken Side walked, so 100 Gex could run. And you could take that to the bank. It's true. It's true. I'm sorry to say it. It is true. Now, of course, 100 Gex is better by orders of magnitude, but they're also operating with a better ecosystem. You know, they're also operating with better tools and knowledge and, you know, understanding the mistakes of the past, which was the entire Broken Side discography. So they have that advantage, and that's, you know, the interesting part about the consistent and unstoppable march of time. actual dog shit music. That said, I did learn how to do the pig squeal because of their song. That's you sometimes people say music it can't do anything for you. Why do you die of cringe? Because I can make a pig sound. Like what? It's just an interesting technique, an interesting talent. Because like you can also do the wait. You know? Now my inward bass, which is what that is very bad. It's really bad because I don't practice it. I can make pterodactyl noises, same. If you know how to do that, coincidentally, you can also sound like a yippy little dog. So that's also cool. There's a lot of sounds you can make. You know, the human body is a wonderful machine. Barks for free. You don't know this, but money has already been siphoned out of your break account. Your Brank account. That's the Bark bank account, I think. There's an R in there somewhere. I enter stream and hear barking. It wasn't me. It was not me. Your inward bass has improved since? No, it has not, Cassie. You do not remember correctly, and that's okay. I've learned more katakana. Very happy, very excited to deliver that information to you live from Seattle, Washington. I've done this new thing where I'll practice katakana and hiragana on my phone in the Google Keep Notes app with the drawing function because I'm a freak for real. Let me make a little canvas here. You know what? We'll make it like a red-toned, red-stoned background real quick. You know, katana is Japanese for Japanese samurai sword? No way. That can't be right. Katana. Ka, which is like this. Ugh. Good enough. Ka. Ka. Good enough. Na. I guess this needs to be a little longer. Katana. Or katana. But yeah. So you go a, I, U, E, O instead of A, E, I, O, U. It's A, I, U, E, O. So a. So this is katakana. Hiragana a would be. You do a little something like this. Ew. That's a in hiragana. Katakana is for loan words, like south, for instance. You would write like sausu. So sa. Sa. Sausu. Sa o su. O. No. Su. I think. Sausu. It might be a u though. Wait, no. I think it actually is u, not o. U. Sausu. Sausu. It does sound like sauce, yeah. But it's for loan words. So for words that like often like names will be done in this way, or like proper nouns, like names of places. It's u instead though, because I'm a stupid fuck, and I was wrong, as is often the case. That's a Mario coin pickup noise. Love to hear it. Perhaps we'll hear it more regularly. I think that's south, south, because they don't have a th sound. Anyway. Yeah, it's like how they don't have a la sound, so you use a D. Da dee doo de do. Da dee doo de do. It's like a soft D, if you can imagine that. I'm sure a lot of you can. There's a lot of trans people in this chat. Um, it's like you say R is kind of like a soft D, so like not like da, like RA is not da. It's like da. Da 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 da. Da dee doo de do. Do 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 do. So it's like an in between of like an L and an R, or an L and a D. So it's like a soft D. Da. And I'm not pronouncing it correctly, but that's kind of how it is. And a lot of the time, so like what's a word that I've learned? Like date, or it's more like date. Middle of L and R is how my Japanese professor taught it. That makes sense. So da in katakana is like that, and then te is right. Yeah, it is. And then te is like I don't know. I try to be so perfect with it. Da te, which means latte. Looks like a tired face. Well, that's why you drink a latte, so you're not tired anymore. Good way to remember it if you're ever trying to find a reason. Also, da kind of looks like a cup, like a mug, you know? Latte. That's latte in Japanese, and you spell it in katakana. Now, if you wanted to spell this in hiragana, which you normally wouldn't, it would be date. You could still do it. Like, da in hiragana is... Why am I a stupid fuck? How am I forgetting this? Oh, it's this. Sorry. Looks like a 5. And then te. So I'm drawing them in my head in order. Oh, that's easy, actually. Wait. Like that. Looks like a 7. So 57, essentially. That's bad. Good enough! That's in hiragana. So it looks like 57, which is kind of funny. But it's da te. Anyway. Pretty cool, huh? Move this over here. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Katakana. For loan words. This is a. E. U. Looks like a top to me. E. Looks like an I. O. It's not A-E-I-O-U. It's A-I-U-E-O, actually. Fool. You know nothing. O. Good enough. Really? A-I-U-E-O. Alternatively, if you're in hiragana, you would do a. Ew. Bruh. Like, I'm trash. That's good enough for me. A. E. It's a little bit wider than that. U. E. Kind of trash. I just remember this is a stick man running. Oh. George Galloway just got elected. Who the fuck is that? Is that the guy that does the mother of all broadcasts thing? The Moab? The dude who's like pretends to be on the left? But he's like a virulent transphobe? Yup, that one? Unfortunate. Man, the UK is just fucked. A little symbolic noise. It's just a fucked place to be. I'm sorry to hear it. Not that the US is any better, but I mean, I'm here. Anyway, you go from A to Ka. I'm in me mom's car. Get out me car. So Ka in katakana is very simple. It looks a lot like Ka in hiragana. I'm so bad at writing. Good enough for me. So katakana is much more simplified from hiragana. So Ka, Ki. I like Ki a lot because it looks like a face. Writing with a mouse? I'm using a tablet. Sorry. Sorry to disappoint. This is me writing with a mouse while holding the pen. Ew. We could try like a more advanced, like ah. Ew. Not as good. You could tell it because the line weight's fucked. It's all one line weight instead of this is like a little bit variable. Ki, ku. Ke. Oh wait, I haven't learned ku. No, I just learned. This is hiragana. My bad. Sorry. I started doing hiragana reflexively. My bad. Sorry. I forgot we were doing katakana first. So ki in katakana, however, is like this. My need for perfection is going to kill me. Ki. Ku. I just learned ku, I believe. Song is too much of a dank meme. Alright, I'm good on Roland Jones. Much love, but it's not the vibe right now. Let's listen to Tokyo Pill. I don't listen to Tokyo Pill that often. Nowadays. Ku in katakana is, I just learned it. I believe it is like this. Kind of. It's kind of like a 7 with like a little thing. Do you know any words yet for which there are no English words? Don't know. I don't believe I learned ke yet. So leave that blank. I think I learned that next. And then ko is like this. That's it in katakana. In hiragana, it's like so. Very similar. Ki. Wait, is ki like this? I think it is. I think I did like this before, and that's incorrect. Have you been progressing out the vocab track? No, just focusing on the alphabet. It's what interests me most currently. Ki, ku. That said, to unlock kanji in Duolingo, I'm gonna need to progress down the vocab and speaking to be able to unlock it, because you have to do that apparently. So I'll do that, but ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. So I just have not learned ke yet. That said, we can look it up later once I'm done showing what I know. I don't know that many people find this interesting, but I do, so get bent. Like, I literally, like, TMI maybe, I'll be on the toilet, and I'll be opening my notes app and practicing writing them with my fucking finger on a touchscreen. That's how, like, in the shit, how, maybe that's not the best phrase, how in the sauce, also not a good phrase. That's how dedicated I am to learning these characters, because I find them very fun and interesting. Um, Next is Sa. Like Sa, dude. Fecal funny, that's true, that's real. Probably the best use of time there. Well, I also used to do nonograms as well. That was my toilet activity. Not a bad play either. Of course, I wear a hazmat suit so that it doesn't, like, we're all copacetic when it comes to, like, my phone and its cleanliness. So Sa in katakana is, I forget the stroke order. This is very rare that this happens to me. I get into, like, a bit of a habit when I'm, like, with your mom because I'm used to it, but when I'm outside of that context, the stroke order kind of eludes me. Sa. So funnily enough, I believe this is it. Se in hiragana looks like sa in Oh no, I'm doing it wrong, I think. In one way. This is correct. But then you do like this. And that's sa. But it does look like se in hiragana still. Because se in hiragana is like this. Like literally. It's the same fucking thing. But se, which we'll get to in katakana, looks like this. Why the fuck? Anyway. Sa, she. And she is really good. You've probably seen this one before. It goes a little something like smile. Now, of course, so this is different. So that's literally she in katakana. That's the smiley face you're often seeing when people use like a single character to make a smiley face. It's often she in katakana. She in hiragana, however, looks like a nose. Sa, she, su. Sushi. You can see how you would spell that once I do this. Su looks like a lambda kind of. Se, like sex. Tsu looks like similar to she. Yeah, Tsu, TSU, which we'll get to. I guess you could say the strokes that are looking like eyes are more vertical, as is the mouth, if you want to call it that, where it looks like that, kind of like a Y with like an extra part of the Y and like disconnected. That's Tsu. There's also N, which looks like that. Difference is stroke order and direction. That's right, Koopa Shell. That's the difference between a master and an amateur. At least that's what. Anyway. I'm just like pounding this joke into the ground at this point, which coincidentally is something I also happen to be doing when I'm with. So what language are you learning now in Duolingo? It was Spanish for a while. I kind of burned out from that though and treated it more like a chore than me actually learning. So I've switched since to learning the alphabet in Japanese, which was which I've already learned hiragana, and now I'm learning katakana. Hiragana is the simpler, like the base level alphabet, in Japanese. Katakana is for loan words, so for words that don't have like a that are like proper nouns. Like if you were to say latte, which we showed earlier, is date, and you say that, and you would spell that like this in hiragana. For fuck's sake, man, just draw a straight line. So te, date. You see? And then kanji is the big shit with all the things going on that I have not learned yet. I'm Mexican and learning Spanish with language apps feels like a chore. It's hard to keep up with. The best way that I would need to learn is to have somebody who speaks Spanish that I'm constantly talking to, and I just don't have ease of access to that, unfortunately. I could have learned it as a kid, because my dad is hondureño. He came here from Honduras. But my mom is white, and my dad was always working, and they split at one point. So he tried to teach me and my sister, but it was tough because of lack of time, and we just didn't pay attention as well. And my mom only speaks English, so I couldn't learn from her, because usually you just learn by hearing people talk. Unfortunate. Just Duolingo, Scar. Are you making a trip to Japan? One day. Se looks like this. I just learned this one. And then so looks like a disconnected Y. It's like it's in the same like family as she and n and all the other ones that look like faces kind of. And tsu. So then in hiragana, draw it in the other character form. Sa is looking like this. Like ki, but with one less line. She. Su. Why is this so large? Good enough for me! Se. I always forget the stroke order for se in hiragana. Soul. As I look for work, listening to your Pig Noises MCR and soon-to-be Canadian conversion without objection, you still manage to spread your woke ideology. That's real. Sorry to say. Look, Lever. I think I used Duolingo during the pandemic, but I don't think I liked it. It's not for everybody. So hello, Zamoof. And then we go to Ta. And Ta in hiragana is one of my favorite hiragana characters to write. Because it looks sick as fuck. It looks like it's essentially it's ku, but with a line here. And sometimes you'll see it like all connected. Hello, Alec. What's good? Sometimes you'll see it all connected like this, depending on like the font you're looking at. So like on the computer, simplified fonts will look like this for katakana. For ku. Got drive, got power. We something we devour. Could be well, Alec. It's been a little bit. Ta chi. CHI. Chi is looks like a T. That's how I remember it. Chi looks like a T. You go like this. You go like this. And then you go like this. Ta chi tsu. TSU. So the eyes on the smiley are more vertical. Not perfectly vertical, but more vertical. And the smiley is more upward. Tsu. He. Yeah, I just undid that to make the E look nicer, and I still fucked it up. Hello, Tommy, you're on. Take it easy, Cleaver. All good, Cleaver. Just popping in is more than enough. He. Did I learn this yet? I did indeed, because I just used it earlier. For latte. I think there's like a slight upward movement in the top. And then it's a longer straight line underneath. And then it's like this. Because there's a T in it. I think that's the case. I could be wrong about the upward movement. Pretty sure I'm not, though. To, I actually haven't learned in katakana yet. That's on the to-do. That's on the to-do list. Oh, you. You gotta be quick to follow this stream. So ta in hiragana is like so. Well, no, ta isn't like so. Ta looks like that, whereas so looks like this. And that's not really that... Chi? Do not throw tomatoes at me. I eat enough vegetables nowadays, thank you. During the stream break, I will in fact be having a bowl of raw broccoli and baby bella mushrooms seasoned with salt, thank you. I don't need tomatoes right now. If you're throwing tomatoes at me, they have to be rotten, because otherwise you're wasting food, and I don't think you would do that. So I don't need rotten tomatoes. I watch movies based on my own interest, not the NPCs that decide to add a rating to the media I'm consuming. I'm on fire right now. Chi looks like a 5. Like that, but like not scuffed. Trying to keep it like a good size. I want to make all of these a uniform size without a grid, which is not super easy to do. That's good enough for me. Tsu, like this. Pe. Bruh. I always fuck up the little curve here. That's good enough for me. And then to. Looks like a Y, kind of. So I have not learned to in katakana yet. That's next. Been watching your One Piece vids lately? I will make another one too. Spoiler alert. I finished the how does it go again? Shit. I know I'm just looking at it. I feel like it's Nyongo Ko, which is Fishman Island. But I could be wrong about that. Nyongo Ko. Because I read the memers. I read the title screen, the title cards where it says the title of the episode, and it has it in kanji if it's applicable, but it almost always shows katakana and hiragana as well, so you can read it if you can't read kanji. I could be wrong about that pronunciation though. But I have things to say about the Fishman Island arc, so I'm excited to say them. Then we go to Na. Unfortunately, I haven't learned a lot of the Nani no ne no line yet. Those will be coming up too, I'm sure. Na. You know Zoro's signature is just sword? You mean like that? I do not know how to write in cursive anymore as it would turn out. Is that cursive? Yeah, I'm not sure, Creed. I don't remember. That's Zoro's autograph. Very nice. Kind of looks like Ka a little bit, like katana. Anyway, na in katakana is this guy. It's a bit of a fruity tea. And then ni, I don't actually know yet. Nu, I don't know yet. Ne, I don't know yet. And no, I don't know yet, unfortunately. But I do know them in hiragana. So na in hiragana is, I think I always don't make the first line long enough. Bruh. Just. Holy fuck! My line weight is not really helping me here. Good enough for me. Na. Ni. Nani? Get it? So when people say what? Nu. Ne. Ew, oh god, what happened there? It's like that. Sorry, I'm fucking falling apart over here. No. Ew. I'm really bad with the very like consistent curve letters. I kind of like that one, but a little large for the font size we're going for. Kind of looks like a butt. Brother! Oh, man. I will take that, mostly because I don't want to do it again. I remember learning and very roughly practicing Spencerian script, 1850s cursive handwriting. Because I had and still have this idea for a comic series set in roughly that time, but in an alternate universe. God damn, that's dedication. Kinda neat. My sensei is Mr. Miyagi, and he's teaching me how to wax on and wax off. I still haven't seen that movie, by the way. It also took every Japanese person hundreds of tries to get this stuff right. True. Except like when they learn it, they're kids, and it's fine if you're dog shit at writing when you're a kid, because you'll get better as you go on. Whereas I'm an adult now, so if I'm bad at writing, I look like a fool. Because unfortunately, I was cursed to not be born in Japan, um, as a Japanese person, and to go through the public schooling system there. Now, that's my cross to bear, you know. Let me go ha, like ha ha. That's kanji for katakana. Really, that makes sense. Or for katana, rather. Katana. Ha is like so in katakana. Excuse me. Brother. Good enough. He, I don't actually know yet. Unfortunately. Fu, I do not know yet. He, I believe is the same, but technically I haven't learned it yet. But I'm pretty sure it's still that. But I won't write it down. And ho, I do know it looks like this. I have not learned it in katakana either. I have, however, learned it in hiragana. So ha looks like this. He looks like this. That's my first attempt always looks like dog shit. And like every subsequent attempt is just like it's like that's good enough for me. I'm taking that one. Fu looks like a nose. That's how I remember it. At least it has a nose in it. Looks like a bit of a face. Fu he ho. And I remember ho because it looks like it contains ma. It's slightly different, and that's because your ma's a ho. And we're going there next. Then we go ma, and this is as it appears in order on the charts that you'll look at. Ma in katakana looks like this. Wait, looks like this. Ma, mi is my favorite character in hiragana. In katakana, however, it's just like that, which is kind of cool, you know. I believe this is the direction. Sometimes I draw it like this. I'm actually not entirely sure what it is, so we'll check later. I'm pretty sure that's correct, though. Mu, I have not learned yet. I think that is awesome that you were trying to better yourself by learning new languages. Go on. Some kind of moral condemnation is on the way, I think. Mami mu, me. These M's are just leaving a bit to be desired. Mo. I do know Mo. He's a bartender in Springfield, Illinois. And like he kind of looks like that a little bit. I was right! Right? No! It is downward! God damn it. Why do you gotta tell me that shit? Now I feel like an asshole. And Mo is... actually does look really cool and very similar to Mo in hiragana. Kind of looks like an E. You mean Mo from Springfield, Oregon? Huh. And for hiragana, I know all of them obviously. So Ma looks like the Leviathan cross because your mom's a devil. Good enough. And that's why I say your ma's a hole, because hole is this line, and then what looks like ma, except the line, the two dashes are at the top and are connected to the little the curl. Whereas ma, as we just saw, the line goes above the two crosses and it's on its own. It doesn't have this. So your ma's a ho is how I remembered ho, which is, I think, funny and useful in terms of memorizing things. Now, this is my favorite character in hiragana. Mi. God, that's so nice. Now, my rendition of it is not great, but it looks cool as hell and is nice to draw. I'll take that. Look at that. Not perfect, but mu is very weird. It looks like this. That kind of looks like shit, so I'm going to do it again, but, you know, you get the idea. I always draw the initial line too long as well. Now that's not bad. I'll take that. Me is one of these jobbers. There's like a whole family of ones that look like this. They kind of look like little dudes. Like these are ears. It's like a little bunny. You know? That's like nu as well, if you remember. Right here. Except it has a tail for that one. And then mo like Sislak. Looks like she, but with 2 lines on the nose. I interpret those as piercings. Then we go to ya. Like ya, yeet. And I know what ya... Oh, no, I think I have learned it. I don't know that I've learned it properly. I may have. In katakana. But it looks like this. Moa's goth in kana. And then there's no yi. Master yi does not exist, actually. You are cool. Keep it up. You're doing great. You looks cool. Is also one of my favorite characters in hiragana. In katakana, it's a bit macabre. I remember it as a hangman's pedestal or whatever the fuck it's called. There's no yeah. Yeah does not exist. Not real. Can't hurt you. Anti-Semitism is bad, folks. There is a yo, however. That said, I haven't learned it yet. Take it easy, Cassie. This segment will likely go up on the second channel, so if you want to watch the rest of it, !YouTube, sub to the second channel. New second channel just dropped, by the way, for those of you who don't know. First video up there is me pogging out at deck building roguelite Balatro, I'm a big fan of. It'll be gaming, it'll be miscellaneous segments like this. I'm editing it all myself. It's very minimal editing. And it's, you know, it's just a good way to... It's going to be less political. Like, in the gaming or whatever, like, politics may come up, but that's not going to be the main focus. Anyway. Let me go to D, or D. I need to extend the canvas. Wait, I didn't do them in hiragana. One sec. So, ya in hiragana is very similar. Except here, you do a little... And then that. There's like a little line here. An extra stroke. Because sometimes you just gotta throw in an extra stroke for good measure, you know? You look like a fish. Because you're such a catch. Joel in the chat, everybody. Joel. And then yo is like this. In hiragana. I do believe it looks similar in katakana. I don't remember, though. Because I haven't learned it. Now I have to extend the canvas here. Height. We'll go to 2500. That may not be enough, but it's okay. So then we go to Ri. Not as zoomed in. Oh, we're listening to the same shit over and over. Also, I have it on shuffle because we were listening to shit on shuffle before. We'll go. That was Tokyo Pill's Virtual Death 9 to 5. This is Tokyo Pill's Serial Experiments Pain. So Ri, I don't actually think I've learned this yet. Have I? Ri. Have I learned this in hiragana? Well, in katakana, in hiragana, it Oh, that's not even the correct one, you stupid fuck. That's why it's throwing me off. This is Ra. Sorry, I'm dumb as hell. Like the sun god. Ah. And I have learned this one. And it reminds me of a mug. A little cup. I don't think it goes that far over, though. It's like that. Ri. So so in hiragana, Ri looks like this. I don't think I've learned it in katakana yet, though. But maybe we'll get back to it. Ru, I don't think I've learned yet either. In katakana. De, same for that. I don't think. And then ro. For those of you who'd played Metal Gear Solid, this is where the lali luleo comes from, by the way. Darirurero. Just in, in English, they used L's instead of R's. Lali lulelo. That might also be the case in if you played the game in Japanese. It's just lali lulelo, but you pronounce it like darirurero because obviously, that's how the L sound is kind of pronounced in Japanese because they don't have an L sound. But it's based on the a, I, U, E, O, lineup of the alphabet. How it's lined up. So wait, so I know Ru kind of looks like the Atari symbol in that it's kind of like this. Now that's only because I translated channel for my second channel's banner. Conure channel 2. Which, by the way, you should subscribe to. 160 subscribers! Feels good, man. So you have Conure channel 2. You've got Canal de Conure dos, which is in Spanish, Conure channel 2. And then you have Konua channel ni. So Konua Konua channel cha ne ru ni, or 2 ni, because 1, 2, 3 ichi ni san, because these are the 3 languages that I interface with on a regular basis and am learning. So it's Konua channel ni. And that's what that all says in katakana, except for the ni is in hiragana, because it's 2. Yeah, who knew they were Japanese, Tommy Raddington. Also, let me save this before a tiny meteorite crashes into my PC and destroys it. Maybe I could salvage the SSD to is it on here? Oh no, it's on here. I recently migrated my migrated Windows over to a larger solid state drive, which I'd been meaning to do for a long time. Katakana free practice 01. Though technically Hiragana free practice 05 includes katakana. But this one was like on purpose. Purposefully we were katakanaing. But okay, so I won't keep do here because I haven't learned it yet, nor have I learned the rest of them. So we got to move on. But I can do them in hiragana. Oda in hiragana is this man. That's way too steep. D. In cursive, it looks like a B. And like if you're trying real hard, it looks like this. Not like that perfectly, but if you're not trying real hard, this is also fine. And that's what I prefer. Do. Looks like a 3 and a 7. A little swirl. Ew. Good enough for me! That said, I will move it over. A tad, a hair. 2005 was a great year for hiragana. Yeah, these 5s are popping off. Chi as well. This is Chi, C-H-I. Also looks like a 5. Very pog. De. That's my name. I'm so like the I'm like these ones I'm so fucking bad with. I don't know why. But there's like a whole family that starts with this and then it goes off into wherever the fuck it's going. And I'm bad at all of them. Like Y's like that. Um Ne is like that, I believe. Good enough for me. Do. Just looks like a 3 with a 7. I learned the whole number system when I was a kid. I also did in karate or karate, as they would say. Because we would when we were doing the punchies and whatnot, they would have us obviously use Japanese to count instead of English. So you go ichi, ni, san, shi. But I think I learned. Oh no, because there's two different ways. So it's chi or shi go roko or nana for 7. Apparently, I hear nana more often for 7, and so on and so forth. Um, I think I'm like off on some of those because I misremember them or learned them bad in when I was a kid. But that's that. Sichi, yeah, shichi. There you go. Wait, ichi ni san shichi. Is it right or go doko or nana hachi ku ju. And then to go up past 10, you go juichi, juni, jusan, jushi, jushichi, I should say, jugo, junana, etc., etc. And then when you get to 20, you do juichi, june, jusan, jushi, jugo, juroko, nana, jushichi. Wait, no, juhat. I'm lost. I forget. I never learned past fucking 20s. Um, because then yeah, it's nijuich, nijune. Wait, no, is it niju ni? Niju-san, Nijushichi, something like that. I don't remember very well. Next we go Wario, like that. Or Washington State based. WA. And wa in katakana is very simple. It's like that. And there's no we, woo, we, but there is a wo, which is pronounced like ol. I just haven't learned it yet. In katakana. And in hiragana, it's one of these jobbers. God, I'm so bad at these. Like it's a problem. Why can't I curve? I'm so bad at it. It's nuts. I'm taking that, even though it's not that good. Wah! And then wool. Just pronounced like ol. You do like this. But it's not used very often. Also, I think I'm like, you have to go like further in with the C looking thing. It's like, this is not that great, but I don't care enough. And I gotta extend the canvas again. Sanju. Yeah, that makes sense. Sanji. One Piece reference. The One Piece is real. And then, so from wa, the last one is which in katakana is one of the face options. And then in hiragana, it looks like an N. Bruh. I'll take that. And there you go. Now, I haven't learned, like I say, all of the katakana. I'm missing a lot of the nari I'm missing a lot of the ha hi fu he ho. I'm missing a lot of the nani no no. But we're getting there. Pretty pleased with this lineup. So once again, katakana is for loan words. So we have the example up here of latte, which you would write like da te, latte, and that's how you say it in Japanese and spell it. And like somebody said earlier, it does look like tired eyes, and that's because when you're tired, you drink a latte, and you wake up, and then your eyes are no longer like that because you finished the latte, so it ceases to exist. Like the coffee I just finished. Cheers. Not a latte though, unfortunately, or fortunately. I like black coffee, nothing in it. I like bitter drinks because I'm nuts. My sensei always made up numbers and called 5 gorochichi or something. Interesting. The R for Japanese is pretty close to where you put your tongue for rolling R's in Spanish. Yeah. It's like it's like I check out your other channel, but I don't speak any Spanish. No, that channel is that channel is exactly like this. Symbolic noise. It's all the same. It's just different content than my main channel. Wo? Or it'd be like okayness. What are you talking about? Wokeness? How would you write woke? Wokeness. I guess you would use wo, right? I haven't learned it in katakana, so you'll have to bear with me. I do, however, um, at least know it in hiragana. Wo ke is this. Now you wouldn't use hiragana. You'd use katakana more than likely. Ne would be ne su. Wokenesu. Something like that. Now, if I knew, you would probably use loan words. That's a loan word, so you'd use katakana. So, did I learn ke yet? Well, I know su. Do I know ne? I don't. I know ke? I don't think I do. I only know su, unfortunately, I think, right? Yeah, I don't. Damn. I learned those soon. Something like that, though. You would probably pronounce it like wokenesu or okanesu because you don't usually pronounce wo wo like wo. You pronounce it like o, like o. So I don't know if you would make an effort in the language to try to pronounce the W. It's not impossible. But typically, like, you don't say the W here. So it might be like okanesu. for wokeness. And I find that really interesting about Japanese as I've been learning it. Hello, R mode. What's up from US? Hello, Finland. Represent. Fuck a beat. I was trying to beat my meat, but I ain't beat my meat. Bitch, I fell asleep. Sorry. What I find really neat about Japanese, especially when it comes to katakana and loanwords, is that they so Japanese doesn't have a lot of the sounds that you might use in English, for example. So they substitute things that are close enough, which is why you hear a lot of oohs at the end of words that are spoken by Japanese people that are loan words. So like we did the example of South earlier. They don't have so they have so it's SOUTH obviously in English. So Japanese does not have a TH, like a th sound. So what they do is they do sa, because you wouldn't do sol, because you don't pronounce it like soth, you know? You do sa, south, it's close enough. Sao, ow, south. There is like an ah there. So you use sa, which in hiragana is like this. Right? Or is it the other way around? I believe it's like that. No, it's not. I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm trash. It is! Really? Wait. I need to look. I need to check this for myself. How do you... does anybody know the hotkey for katakana? There it is. Sa. I'm wrong! No! I'm washed, and nobody told me because nobody knew. I could have fooled you all and given you incorrect information. No. It's gonna hustle. This is incorrect. I have it backward, and it's because se in hiragana looks similar enough that it fucks my brain up. So where are we? Sa. Sa, dude. I'm so washed. It's over. Better to fix now than never. That's true. I'm still washed, though. So it's like that. That makes a lot of sense to me. My bad. Sorry for misleading you. It will happen again. Not intentionally, but because I'm stupid. So sa. Sa. U. That's not a great su, or not a great u. Oh, good enough. And then instead of th, they use su. And it ends up being saosu for south. That's how you pronounce it in Japanese, and that's how you write it in katakana. Saosu. Saosu. Kind of sounds like sauce. But they do what they can with what they can, with what they have. Like they play with the cards that they've been dealt when it comes to Japanese and the consonants and characters that are available. And I think that's really cool, actually. What are other... So, like, we see that with nate as well, which does sound a bit similar to date, which would be written in hiragana like this. Or in katakana like this. But that's a different word, and also a name. If you've played Yakuza Kiwami, I don't know if he appears in the other games because I've only played Yakuza Kiwami. I will play Yakuza 0 soon. It's a the prologue to Yakuza Kiwami, which is the first Yakuza game, but remade. Um, Date is the um, detective, like a rogue. He's a loose cannon, but he gets the job done, kind of archetype, and he works with Kiryu, the main character, and Himbo Extraordinaire, whom I love, who's the character you play as in the game, and his name is Date. And I don't know if this is how you would how you would spell it. I'm pretty sure it is though. But that's also a word and it means something that I don't remember. So this is ta, and then you add the two little strokes here. That's called dakuan, I think. That's called dakuan, and that makes the ta turn into a da. And there's a bunch of other ones that could do that. So for instance, sa, like even in katakana here, we'd write like this. And then if you add the dakuan, it becomes za, like that za. Feel me? Or ha, which is written like this, with the dakuan becomes ba, because HB visa. That's how I remember it, and so on and so forth. There's also a little circle that makes a sound. So, for instance, you'd have ha, which I'll write in hiragana for the sake of variety. And if you add the little circle, I forget what that's called. It might be dakuten. I don't remember the little circle. That becomes pa. So if you were to write this, that'd be papa. Yeah, that's Saosu. There's other ones too, like T. There's no T. So like I've been watching One Piece, and I'm in the Fishman Island arc. This isn't really spoilers. It's a kingdom. There's a king and there are princes. One of the princes, whose name I forget, ends every sentence more or less with some variation of do re mi fa sol la ti do, because he's a singer. Not the whole thing usually. So he'll say whatever words, and the last word he'll continue on with like la ti do or something like that for the the scale do re mi fa sol la ti do. And for like la ti do, it's pronounced da chi do, because there's no T in Japanese. There's a lot of T in Japan though, and it's really good. Like green tea, which you would pronounce like ocha. But anyway. And of course, LA doesn't exist in Japan, and thank God for that, because their public transit and walkability is actually pretty good in Japan. They do not need to be taking any notes from LA. So that becomes da. Or I guess I'll put that underneath. So you would write it like, just use katakana because I have been. I'm so bad. It's like I just learned this shit. Chi. Do. So you use it's Gaza da. Gaza because Free Palestine for the Dakuan chart. So it's Ka becomes Ga. Sa becomes Za. So Gaza da. Right? Gaza da. Gaza da Bapa. Right? Yeah. And then the T's become D's. So then you would use to, which unfortunately I don't know in hiragana or in katakana, so I'm going to look it up because I'll be able to write it. I just don't know how to. Oh, I do know. No, I don't know to. Sorry, to. Oh, that's really simple. It looks very similar to the hiragana for it as well. So it's like this. I assume this is the stroke order as well. It makes sense to me. And then you put the dakuten on it, and it becomes do instead of to. So lati do, he ends up saying da chi do. Because the chi sounds close enough to t, chi, t. Like even saying it, you can feel that it's very close. And I find that really neat. So like words with t in it, you may often substitute chi instead. You could also write this in hiragana. I know, like, I'm like tisming out on this shit, and I enjoy it very much, and that's why. If you're not so into it, fix your mind, because it's fun to be into it. But I hope you're, enjoying the ride if you're just lurking and you're not really paying too much attention. I'll be totally honest. I think my brain might rupture. I just can't take all this information in. It's just information overload. Well, that's why you just passively absorb it like a sponge, and eventually you'll be able to recall it at a later date. And you won't remember where you have learned the information from, but you'll be able to use it in a very mundane and inconsequential capacity that may or may not impress anybody. But it increases the probability that, it is useful in the future, instead of having not ever been exposed to it at all. So in hiragana, you would write this as... Sorry. I momentarily forgot. But it just looks like we're making fives today. There you go. Da, chi, do. And I guess if we want to really go hard, it's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. Fa. That's going to be... I don't even know how you would do that one, actually. Do, re, mi. Re. Or de. That's me. No, that's me, but this is also me. Do. Wait, is it really do in both, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do? There's two do's, but it's a different scale. Yeah? Write my name in Italian. Is a spaghetti with meatballs. I'm not sure how you would write Alec Gunter. So it would be are, ku, and then Gunter. G. The closest thing would be like gu, n, teru. Is likely how it would be. We could do that in a sec. I find that fun. I'm 47 years old. There isn't any absorption left. Hey, listen, I have kept sponges on the sink and used them way past their expiration date, and you're not even close to that date, okay? So give yourself some credit. So is easy. It's like this. Fa. So I don't know what you would do for fa. Because there's no f sound. Like there's fu. But you don't pronounce it like foo. You pronounce it like hu. Like you're like trying to blow. It's a Duolingo says like you're trying to blow out a tiny candle. Hu. 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 So like for instance, if you've watched the anime, you've probably heard her name pronounced like Fureren, because that's how you pronounce Freyren in Japanese. And then the first one there is the hu, hureren. It's kind of like who, almost a little bit. And that, I don't know how to do it in katakana, but in hiragana, it's this. That's fu. But to get to fa, fu, because like what? Fu. That's the only time that comes up. Do, re, mi, do, de, mi, fa. You'd probably use ha, I would imagine. Do, re, mi, ha. That's the closest thing I can think, right? I could be like there might actually be information on this online. Um, that's the closest I can find for an analog, so that's what I'll use for now. I could be wrong though. If fa doesn't exist, why not something similar like ba? Well, ba is ha, like ba humbug, but with dakuan, little two dashes up here, and that becomes ba. But we don't have like an analog like that, I don't think. So you might just do ha. So that's what I'm gonna do for now. I'm open to being incorrect on this. I just don't know. This is wrong in the way I'm writing it. Just that's good enough for me. And then me. So it's downward, yeah? Right? So I've been confusing it for being upward like that, which is easier for me to write, but I believe it's downward. Let me check just because I don't have any faith in myself whatsoever. It is downward. Okay, cool. Do re mi fa sol la ti do. That's true. That's actually real. You're spitting. I fear. De. I don't have I not learned this yet. I have not. Let's find out what it is. Downward facing dog. So true. That's a yoga position. Oh, it's like she but sharper. Interesting. Bijoshish, you are mentally ill for writing this. I don't know why you have, but hope you get the help you need. It's like she but sharper, and I say that because in hiragana, she shi looks like this kind of, and then do is easy because we learned the to earlier, and it's like that, right? It is indeed. My memory is huge. And I guess because I'm writing it in Romanji as well, which is what it's called when you use Roman alphabet to write out the phonetics. Or Romaji, sorry. I really like how chunky the line weight I'm using right now is, and for how small I'm writing as well, but it is difficult to make it legible. And then to write this in hiragana, it's going to be easier for me because I learned that first, as people often do. Buh. I put a lot of respect on me because I was here from day one. I've been my own day one, but it's also a cool ass character, so I try to do it as well as I can. De, that's me as well, but that's also me. I've done that joke already like 3 times. In hiragana, that looks like this. Looks like an N, kind of. I'll take that. Looks like shit, though. And then to. But we add the duck one. And it becomes do. Whatever. Nice. Every time I hear these musical words, I think of that fish from Fishman Island. That's what I got here from. I don't know if you got here a little bit after that. But I was talking about how, like, for sausu, it's because they don't have a th, they use su instead. Or because they don't have t, t in Oh, right. You would use that's right. You would use the little you, yo, or ya. That makes a lot of sense, actually. You're so correct. Thank you, Google. Okay, Google, play "Never Gonna Give You Up" by Rick Astley. Hope I got some of you. I was talking about that fish, the one that sings, because like he doesn't. They don't have T. So they use chi instead. So he'll say, da chi do, when he ends like sentences, because he's always singing. And One Piece, they really like to have like people have catchphrases, kind of, and that they add things onto the ends of their sentences. So why are you doing all the basic sounds in different languages and fonts and alphabets? I've just been learning the Japanese alphabet, hiragana, and now katakana, which is used for loan words. So words that don't originate in Japanese. And then eventually I'll learn kanji, but that's going to be further off in the future because it's very complicated. It's the complicated way of writing in Japanese. And it's just because I'm interested in it. That's really it. I really enjoy the aesthetics of how the characters look. And because of that, I also enjoy writing them. It's also like a memory game for me. Because I like memory type games. I'm trying to increase the amount of gray matter in my brain as well, so that I retain as much of my memory as I can as I age. Because I'm in my old ages right now at 28. But yeah. And I watch, a lot of anime. It's like that's like Japanese is the main language that I'm hearing if it's not English. So that's why I'm learning that. But I haven't learned like the words and whatnot yet. I know some words, but I've been learning the alphabet first. Just because I feel like it. Anyway, what am I gonna say? Oh yeah, so do I got, re I got, mi I got, and then fa, they do. What is this one? I know that's ya, but what is? Do I know that one? I don't think I do. Is the thing. Well, I need to. Okay, wait. We need to look it up. Bigger sex or just following passions? Hell yes. That's all good, Bijoshers. It's just not. I'm not the biggest fan of comments like that. As long as you understand the error of your ways. Katakana, katana chart. Bingo, bango bongo. So which one is that I'm seeing? Oh, it's hu. I haven't learned that yet. Oh, that makes sense. And then you add the little ya to it. So I was wrong. That makes so much sense. I should have known that. But to be fair, learning katakana and hiragana, I'm already trying to keep all the ducks in a line. Some are trailing off sometimes, so I completely forgot. But fu looks like this. I haven't learned that in katakana yet either, so that was a big, difficulty. And then you put. Wait, really? No, that's not ya, that's ah. Wait. That looks like ah, which you don't do a small ah. That's what I'm seeing there. If you were to do a small ya, it would be like that, which that makes sense to me. Now, I don't know how often you're doing that. You can? What? Sorry. Well, today I learned. All right, fuck it, let's go. It makes sense that you could. It's just that when I've been learning, I've learned this for the small letters outside of tsu, you do the Y line. So ya, you, and yo. So like to make o nyo, to make nyo, nyo, you do ni, and then the little yo. That's not little enough. Kind of looks like the full size one. And then the little yo, and that becomes nyo. So if you were to write it like this, both the same line, the same size, it becomes Neo, like like from the Matrix, like Keanu Reeves. But when you put the little yo next to it, it becomes one syllable, nyo. Because Neo is something else. Nyo. And you could do that with you as well. So if you were to do this, but with you, it would look like that. And that becomes new. And if you were to do it with ya, it would look like this. And that becomes nya, like what the anime girls say. Nya, you know? Like with Fiji, you make the fi with fu and a little I. Really? So that would be like this, and then a little e, but not an e, but it, you know. So you go like this, or for Fiji, and then G is I'm not sure which one you would use, but you could use she or chi. Fiji, because that's G. She with Dakuan becomes G, J-I. You can also use chi, like I say. I'm not sure exactly when you choose which one and like why, though. I think using she with the Dakuan is more common. But I recognize that nya from those Japanese cartoons, yeah. I think the she one is used most. Yeah, that makes sense to me, because that's the one I see most often. So it's supposed to be in katakana? Do. Fair, reasonable. So that's, we just learned this. It's this. And then E, which is this. And then G, which is, you'd use she. And it looks like a smile, because she smiles. And I don't actually know how you use Dakuan with she, but I assume you put it up here. So what is the straight line? I don't actually know that. Mine is messy. That's better. Because it's not on here. My understanding. But I see that line often. Um, so I'm curious. It lengthens the vowel. Ah, I see. Interesting. Because this is Fiji, Fiji. I guess it's kind of like how you can how like for like obasan for instance, which is how you say grandma. It's o ba. That's a B with this line weight. There you go. Ba a sa n, and that becomes and that is written like ugh, really fucking myself over with this line weight and font size, but I love it. I'm loving every minute of it, Jerry. I've been watching Northern Lion. How could you tell? Ba is ha with the Dakuan. Ah, I need to move this over a little bit. There. Ah, ugh. I'm gonna make this a little bit longer because ideally this part is above the swoop. I'm very shaky right now because I've been writing for a while and I'm not used to it. My hands are having to get used to that. Sa. Imagine doing so that Control Z. Well, I do, and it looks like shit. It's wait. No, it's up. Yeah. Hmm. And that's how you would write Obasan. The extra A here is to lengthen the vowel. Because without it, um, it becomes Obasan, which is incorrect for a grandma. But with the A, it becomes Obasan, which is correct. This has been like an hour and a half long segment. Probably shouldn't be doing that with a headache. Obama-san, true. The people watching this on YouTube, if it becomes a YouTube segment on the second channel, the music is going to be cut out because I recorded to two different tracks and I can just delete the desktop audio. And they'll have no idea what the sounds are that are playing. And they'll just see me headbang in silence and it'll be great. For anybody who wants to hear it, that was toward the end of Mirror by Hustle, Husoul. Anyway, so it's so this line, it was a long-winded way of saying this line, how it extends the vowel, is kind of like how the extra A in this case does for here too. Honduras is ho n ju da su. That makes sense. I'll write that. That's where my dad is from. Ho, like your mother. Ah! I actually haven't learned ho in katakana, so I'm gonna have to go with what I'm looking at. I assume it's like that. Ho. Mm. Honduras. Mm. Ju. So this is interesting to me. Um, wait. Yeah, because there's no du in Japanese, because it's in the ta line, the T line. So it's ta, chi, tsu, te, to. But with the Dakawan, that becomes da, di, zu, de, do. The tsu becomes zu. And it's just a lesser used form of su with Dakawan, which is this, which becomes zu. There isn't actually a du. So you use ju instead because it's close enough. Um, and that wait, so it's gonna be she with Dakuan, and then with you, I imagine. Now I could be wrong about this, but the little you makes sense to me because I'm not looking at what Creed posted anymore. I'm trying to figure it out myself because it's part of the fun. Little you, that would become ju. Uh, hon ju da. I could be wrong. It might be U instead. Who the fuck knows? Da. I see Creed Pepe laughing in chat, so I might be wrong. Brother man Bill. Just right to do the straight line. Ah. Good enough for me. Su. My hands are so shaky. My hands are shaking. My hands are shaking. But I'm still shooting. And I'm still getting the headshots. It's like, boom, headshot. Remember that? That's an old ass reference. Some Zoomers in the chat might not even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Boom, headshot. Boom, headshot. Old ass Counter-Strike meme. It's almost a boomer meme at this point. My hands are shaking. So that's Honduras. I have no idea what you're talking about. Damn. I know I'm a bit older. I'm gonna rub it in. So I guess in this case, I'm gonna try to write it obviously in English. Hon der ras or Honduras. That said, one thing I've noticed is that da in Japanese ra is very similar to how you would say it in Spanish as well, because you tap the roof of your mouth to make the da sound, and it's similar to da in Japanese. Because like when I say Honduras, 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 das, Honduras, Honduras, um, or in the case of in Japanese here, we would say Honduras. It's very similar, which is interesting to me. Also, I've noticed that I don't know how exactly this comes in, but a lot of the times in like for example in like a lot of anime that I've seen, or in like Yakuza, the video game, Majima will say Kiryu-chan. He'll say his name like Kiryu-chan. Like he'll roll the R. Like rolled R's exist in Japanese. But I think that's like a dialect thing. It's not like in the language. I don't believe. But like it's added in for whatever sonic effect that it's meant to have. And it's usually like it's an improper way of speaking, I'm pretty sure. Like you wouldn't do that around like if you're trying to like be respectful of whatever hierarchical system that there's going on there, because Japan is big on that when it comes to the sans and the samas and the donos for like gods and whatnot, even the honorifics. But anyway, Hondurasu or Onjurasu. So I am right about the little U. Nice. So Alec wanted me to. This will probably be the last thing I do in because this I'm curious to find out if I'm correct here. I'm not gonna look it up. Alec Gunter wanted me to. I don't know if he's still here. Write Alec Gunter, but in Japanese. So we're probably gonna go because I have to do a segment today for the main channel. uh, we've done 2 segments for the not main channel, so maybe we could put one of them in the main because it's kind of cool. Maybe there hasn't really been a chill segment put on the main channel in a while. So we go and we would use katakana for this. De. And that I don't know in katakana yet, but I believe it was. Wait, no, it's this, right? Or am I wrong? No, I flipped it. It's like she but sharper. That's me actually. Ray is she but sharper. That's true actually. She in hiragana, I should say. That's good enough for me. Are ku, I would imagine we would do. Because like, how else would you do it? Arek. Yeah, you'd use ku. 100%. But this is why you hear a lot of oohs at the end of certain words that are being said that are like English words, for instance, that are being said in Japanese, or I should say by people who speak Japanese. Because there's not just a flat k sound, like just a K. The closest that you have is ku. Or you could use the other ones like K and whatnot, but it's most commonly ku that's used for that. So that Alec would become areku. And then for that, I just learned this one in katakana. It's like that. We're almost the same age. Yeah, well, I'm just more cultured than you, it would seem, in terms of meme culture. Areku. And then Gunter is going to be interesting. So I go to gu, obviously, which is ku with the duck one. Ga, though. We're trying to go to So you could go. So I don't know the exact rules around using little characters that aren't ya, yu, and yo. Evidently, you can use the little a and it'll become something else. So if I was gonna do that, I don't know that I would. So like you could use ga, gi, gu, ge, go for the Dakuan line for the K's. Gun, ga, 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 Gunter, Gunter. If you say it like Gunter, which you can say like Alec Gunter, I often am saying this. Gu is easy as hell. So I'm just gonna do that because why not? I think it's cool. Gu. So it's ku with Dakuan. Gu, un, Gooner. Alakagooner. Real? I don't actually know. Definitely goon moding though, like in the it's the bat kind of sense. Like goons. He's got the look for it anyway. No disrespect. It's actually a lot of respect given. And then Tur. Gunteru is what I'm going toward. Tur. Te. And then Du. I don't know if you could use a small character for that. Maybe you could. I'm trying to think. Te. Because you probably use Te, and if you're going to use a small character, Tur. I don't think you would. But maybe that's just my lack of knowledge. I think you would use Te, and then Du at the end. Um, and then Du. I could be wrong about this, by the way, but this is like, for what I know, I think this is as accurate as I can get. Baudi Du. I have not learned Du yet, but I know it. I haven't properly learned it, I should say. But it's like that. It's like it's a bit sharper. That's good enough for me. And so like we're saying ah. Why did this shit turn? Ah. Wait, why is it still? Why does it turn? It's because the cord is getting strained. I'm losing my mind. Like, am I insane? Why is it turned? I don't know. I'm losing it. I'm losing my fucking mind, dude. All right, I think it's oriented correctly now. It's over. All right, we're leaning. Stay leaning. This stuff back. That's what we're doing, I think. Areku Gunteru. Arek Gunteru. That's, I think, how you would do it. Now, I could be wrong. Like I say, I don't know shit. I'm just learning. I'm happy to be wrong when I'm learning shit, because that means I can learn what's right. But that's what I can think of right now. Because, like, when it comes to Gu, if you were to say Alec Gunter, and you wanted to keep the gun part, I guess, Guh. I don't know how, you would have to use a small character, more than likely. I just don't know exactly how you would, and, like, which one you would use. Because, like, my mind goes to Ga, like, Ka. I don't know what I'm doing wrong when it comes to trying to write this shit correctly on my tablet. I'm losing my fucking mind. Because, like, now the shit's... For some reason, my tablet is... I don't know if it's, like, my tablet fucking up or, like, the physical space that it's inhabiting is fucked. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with that, even though it looks like shit. Because that would be Ga. But then, like... It's Gunter. Not Ganter. So ga, I like. Would you put an oo here? I don't think so. But if you were to, it would be a little oo, and it would look like that. But like, I don't know if that's correct. I don't know if that become like. I don't know if that become ga. Za for the third. Oh, you're right. For wait, no, it's gunter, not thur. Gunter. It's gunter. Teru makes more sense to me because it's tur, gunter. If it was Gunther, like from Adventure Time, then Za makes sense to me. Yeah, Gunzeru, Gunzaru, Gunzaru, or Zeru. Ze makes more sense to me, though. Like this. Just like um sonically speaking, like phonetically. Gunzeru. Gunzaru? I don't know. Teru makes sense to me though. Prolonged ah is often used for the sound? Really? So wait, how would I don't even know how I would write that. Like how that would work. But anyway, I'm pretty satisfied with what we've done today. The main shit was all this over here. We haven't even gotten into the little tsu. Like matane. Forget what that means. But you write it like ma. Ma. There's an ugly fucking cat. Ma. Ma. Ta. Matane. Wait, no, it's matane. It's not matane. Wait, so I'm already wrong. Excuse me. You use a little tsu. Ta. Ne. Now, when it comes to ne, I don't know if there's like an extension on it, an extendo clip. But that's I like I'll never be good with these. I don't think good enough for me. Matane, the tsu, it essentially. I should write it correctly in Romaji. It essentially extends the first sound of the next syllable. I also like referred to it like a glottal stop. Matane, because it extends like how you're saying that. Because without it, it just becomes matane, matane, which is incorrect. Say matane, you need that stop, and it's written phonetically in Romaji with two T's or whatever else is going to be duplicated there. What does matane mean again? Anybody know? Computa for computer. Ko n pu with a little u becomes pu. Compu because the extension ta. See you again, matane, yeah, or goodbye. And usually you're saying it with a little tilde at the end because like it's nice. Matane, but like not actually. Man, I wish I could read that. So wait, okay, so the third character there is kanji, I believe. The first one is katakana. I just don't remember what it is. I think the second one I don't know either. But then we have so in hiragana. Then we have be. So soben ki, sobenkyo, sobenkyo shimatsu, sobenkyo Shimasu. That said, I don't know what I'm saying. If it's bad, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. But I can pronounce it. It's just the first three characters. I know the first one is in katakana. I haven't learned that one yet. Don't I have it up somewhere? I got rid of it. Katakana chart. Probably just save this somewhere. So that one. Oh, that's not in katakana either. Oh shit. I was thinking of no. Wait, what the fuck is we? I guess that's added to and where? Huh? Oh, I did not know that these were in katakana. Because in hiragana they're not. There's only wa and wo, which is just pronounced o. But I guess it makes sense for loan words that you would want to have access to more sounds. So having wa and o, and also we and we, makes sense to me. It's archaic what? The characters in the above message in chat, or the we, and we? Wa, we, and o is old school in Japanese. No one uses that today. Yeah, I'm aware of that for hiragana for sure. Even though it looks cool. Oh, that is wo. It's not so. My bad. That is o. That's not so. I'm stupid. My bad. So it's something or other in the first three. Obenkyo shimasu. Now, like I say, if I'm saying insane bullshit, it's not my fault, okay? I'm just a human being. This is the longest segment the world has ever seen. I study Japanese? Is it like, do you study Japanese, rather? Do you want to learn Japanese? Why would it not give me the fucking... That seems more accurate to the context at hand here. Why is it giving me the other one first? Google Translate, you son of a bitch. I'll kick your ass. Google can get the smoke. I switched to Firefox. You want to learn Japanese. It says Nihongo obenki. Nihongo obenkyo yoshimasu. Yoshimasu. My bad. Yoshimasu. Nihongo, Japanese. Obenkyo shimasu. Or mas, you know. So when su is at the end of it, I've noticed that sometimes it's pronounced su, and sometimes it's just s. And like there's like a hint of a s, of a u at the end of it, like mas. It's like a glottal stop almost. Or you just don't hear it at all. I've noticed. Do you want to learn Japanese? It's probably just like it's probably just like familiarity bias for me. But like English just sounds so much more boring than either Spanish or Japanese, which are languages that I've learned a little bit of. I think sonically speaking, there's an argument that that's actually true for both Spanish and Japanese sounding more interesting than English. American English, I should say. Because even like British English sounds at least a little bit more zesty, shockingly, than American English. Jesus Christ. And that's just because of their dialect, their accents. That said, there are some, regional dialects in America that speak American English that are pretty fucking cool. But as at a baseline level, we're talking about this in a baseline level. Anyway. 3 hours into the stream, I've been doing Japanese shit for like an hour and a half almost. Probably should move on. Opera GX is better. Yeah, but, but yes, I'm learning currently just the alphabet. I know some words, like, because I've done a little bit. I'm just using Duolingo. I've done a little bit of the uh like the words and whatnot. So I know gohan is rice, ocha is green tea, mizu is water, yasashi is sashi is nice, kakoi is cool. I know sensei is teacher or master, depending. Gakusei is student, isha is doctor, bengoshi is lawyer, and this is all just like early like Japanese Duolingo shit. But then it gave me like the next step after a little bit of that was learning hiragana, and I just became addicted to that because I found it really cool and I think the characters are cool and I like to write them. Um so I've learned all of hiragana and now I'm learning katakana. I'm almost done with that. Because like if you've learned how dakuan and dakuten, I believe the little circle is called. I could be wrong about that. If you learn how they work in hiragana, it's essentially the same thing in katakana. I don't know if there are some differences, but and like same for like the little tsu and uh, long vowels. Though evidently in katakana you can make vowels longer with a little line. So that'll be new. Oh, I guess the line's not actually little in this context. It's like the size of a regular character. But also, Japanese is the language that I'm exposed to the most outside of English, simply because of the media that I watch. And because of that, learning it makes sense to me because I'm exposed to it a lot more, especially than Spanish, which I've been trying to learn as well. I just don't. There's not enough media that I'm like immediately interested in watching in Spanish. Unfortunately, I would have to go out of my way to find something to watch for the purposes of being exposed to spoken Spanish. And the other alternative option for learning conversational Spanish there is um, speaking to other people in Spanish, but I don't have a lot of friends that speak Spanish that I could do that with regularly. Um, like I could talk to my dad, but I can't do that as regularly because we don't live. I live on the other side of the fucking country. Look, I could do it on the phone, but it's gonna be easier in person, obviously. Um, and I do like I text in Spanish sometimes because it's easier for me to write than it is to speak, obviously, because I've learned the writing more. But yeah. So I'm gonna say this, and I could be saying some crazy shit, but this is just an exercise for practicing what I know for reading Japanese, okay? Because I'm at the whims of fate here, and it's perhaps unwise to not translate these things. Actually, I can translate them without hearing them being said. So let's do that to be safe. There we go. I forgot that just because you've translated it doesn't mean that it says it to you. You're good at writing hiragana? Let's fucking go. Okay, but it does give you the phonetics, so get that shit out of my face. I didn't see it. But I forgot that it gave you the romaji. Hirakuna. Hiraguna? Oh no, hiragana. Sorry, holy shit. Hiragana, something, I don't actually know what that character is after the na. I'm gonna be honest with you. Kuno. Or don't know what that character is. Might be katakana I haven't learned yet. Also, that looks like chi, but it has an extra line. Desne. That's what I got. I guess we could. I probably shouldn't have closed it, just minimized it. I didn't close it. No, I did. It's a different. Okay, whatever. So, hiragana, kakuno. Kakuno. Jozu. Ah, jozu desu ne. I see, I see, I see. Thanks. I also think I'm pretty good. Turns out I might be better at writing katakana, but that's just because it's simplified compared to hiragana. My hiragana's still pretty shaky, but I think it's pretty good. I really struggle with the characters like ne that start like this. I'm using my mouse right now. Bear with me. That do like this. I'm really bad with like the consistent curves and like no, for instance, like going like I guess I could just use the fucking tablet. Anyway, sorry. Like making a no right here. is really difficult for me. Like it's real bad. Or like new. I guess maybe because I'm zoomed out a little bit. I'm like a fucking thumb ring. It could be worse. But yeah, I'm really bad with like the very curvy letters, which is weird because I'm pretty good with curvy people. But you know, it doesn't transfer over. Apparently, I've learned. But I'm pretty good at other ones. Like the curvy letter I am character I am good at is me, just because it's my favorite one. It's just a lot of fun to write. Look at that shit. That's hot. Now the last stroke might have been a little too big, but I mean sometimes you know that's just what happens. Anyway, enough. I've done enough for today's stream. That's what your mom told me. Told you what? Say it with your chest. Don't just vaguely gesture at something I've said. Yeah. Palm 3Z featuring Fabrics. Or Fabrics. Fabrics. Oh, there's actually some fucking Japanese in here for like So this is she. I don't know this kanji though, I believe it is. There's a lot of katakana here. The only thing I got. So I believe this is going to be me and to. I don't know the square looking thing. I do believe it exists though. That might be do, ro, do. And then iya. Iya. The extendo on the extendo clip at the end. For makaros, you have ma. Wait, no, that's not ma. No, it is ma. Sorry, it's really small text. Ma, ku, do, su, makunosu, makurosu, 82.99, which you could say that in Japanese as well. I just don't know how you would. That's hachi for 8, but I don't know exactly how 82 would be said. Because I know like once you get to 10, that's ju, and then 11 is juichi. And so on. So I think they change at some point too. Like it's not straight up 1-to-1 as well when you get to the bigger numbers. Oh, it's neko. Ah, I see. Yeah, so it's cat. So it's Nekoshi Corp or Corporation, which is Cat System Corporation, I believe. Is how it's usually written in English. For Abaddon or Abaddon, you've got A, Ba, Do, N, Abaddon. So I guess that's how I'll pronounce it now. Abaddon. Abaddon. Aladdin. I think I have other telepath. So te, de, pa, tsu. Wait, no, that's not tsu. It's she. Right? Something that's either ka in katakana or kanji for sword, right? And you have soul, ko, n, to, do, da. Contorora, or controllers. It's Soul Controller Enterprises. Contorora. But yeah, I'll be watching. Japanese media, anime, and I'll hear people say words in the show, and then I'll write them in my mind's eye how they would be written in either hiragana or katakana. Um, is the kanji for power? It's similar. Really? Well, that's crazy. Um, but yeah, like I'll hear them say words and I'll like write them in my head, which I think is a good practice. Wow, 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 wow. Ah, Dan Mason. Here we go. So that's ta, but I think there's a little da on there, so it's probably da because Dan Mason. Da n me me oh, dan me son dan Mason Dan Mason. Yeah, Dan Mason. And that's all the Japanese characters in my music folder, as it would turn out. Um,